Billy Barker's discovery of gold in a place called Williams Creek in 1862 would start a stampede of thousands of miners into this area, and it would change the face of British Columbia for the next 150 years. With the discovery of gold, Barkerville was born, helping set the stage for the economic boom of British Columbia and its eventual confederation with Canada. Now, Barkerville is in the Cariboo region, just an hour's drive north into the mountains from the quaint town of Quesnel. Barkerville is a historical treasure. Unlike other gold mining towns which have fallen into decay, the town is still here, a thriving piece full of history where you can walk down the streets of a 19th century town. Each year, thousands of people from all over the world travel up to Barkerville to experience the time capsule firsthand. But getting here now is a whole lot easier than the journey taken by the early miners. They traveled the Cariboo Wagon Road, called the eighth wonder of the world, and came up here to Barkerville, where they would reach the gold fields. And what a gold fields this was. Billy Barker's claim would eventually yield 37,500 ounces, which is $49 million today. Barkerville was a typical town of its day, mixture of log homes and false front houses, built on stilts along a muddy road. You can imagine what this would have been like 100 years ago in a heavy rainstorm with miners walking up and down here. There'd be thousands of people here. This is what it was like living here in those days. And people didn't live very long. It was a tough life. You went out there and maybe broke your leg, and now today you'd go and get it fixed. In those days, you could probably succumb and die and be buried in the cemetery up here. It was a ruddy life. What happened is some people found their gold and most didn't. But eventually the gold played out. By the end of the century, people were moving out of town and moving into the Yukon gold strikes. Barkerville, remote and desolate by location, would eventually become a ghost town. Well, today the Cariboo Gold Rush is over, but something has replaced it. It's the tourism gold rush, and that's in full swing. Today, Barkerville remains a town of discovery and adventure with its unique streetscapes of over 125 heritage buildings. Period rooms, displays, there's everything here. They've got live stage shows going on, gold panning, stagecoach rides, the list goes on. There are shops and restaurants, and of course, there's even a place where you can stay. Saya?
Hi.
You're a full-time resident.
I am. In fact, I'm the only resident of Barkerville who lives here full-time.
What do you do here?
I own and operate the St. George Hotel. And we operate as a bed and breakfast. Formerly, it was a saloon and brothel, but these days you have to bring your own woman.
How many women would have been in here? How many rooms?
I'm really not sure, as there are 7 rooms, let's say 7, and at one time it was connected to the Nickel Hotel. It was a joint venture, and there was a walkway that connected to the 2 buildings, so they'd be going back and forth, as would the miners if they needed to get away from their wives who were looking for them.
Now let's get to the present day. Can you make money at this?
Can you make money at this? Well, I make them enough to live on, and I have a heck of a great time. I work for 5 months of the year, I have the rest of the year off, and that really works for me.
So it's a lifestyle. It's a job with a lifestyle, isn't it?
It totally is. I do it because I absolutely love it. Like getting dressed up like this every day and being in this town where everybody else is all in the same, time warp, it's really a lot of fun.
So when people come here and stay and spend a day or 2 and then are leaving, what are they coming away with? Mostly it's just a really social experience here. And because I have the place decorated in 1890s fashion and we all eat together at this enormous boarding house reach table, they really feel that it's was very social and welcoming and warm, and they have a great time. In fact, there's so much to do here at Barkerville. When you come here, plan to spend at least 2 days.